Hi guys, Rachel with Spunky Misfit Girl here, and in my last video we made this little teeny Happy Mail guy that holds some little bits and bobs of ephemera, pocket on the side here, and this guy tucks really nicely into this bigger full-on Happy Mail piece. And so today we're gonna make the bigger piece to put your little guy in. If you haven't seen this video, I will link it up in the description so you can go watch that one and make this little guy first if you wanna. If you don't, that's okay too, but I'll show you how it tucks really nicely inside of here. So this guy, I have just made a closure with a little contrasting piece of paper that my guy here just tucks into, just based on kind of what I had and what worked. There are lots of different ways you can do this, and we'll talk about that as we make it, but it opens up like this. Nice little fold. It's got a envelope type piece up here that has a tuck spot back here, so you can get your little cards back in here. You've got a spot in here, of course. That's your opening of your envelope. And then just this cute, isn't this so cute? Super cute little triangular sided pocket, which I've tucked one of these teeny little envelopes into. I had this laying around. This is from a past video. I will try to remember to also link that one up so that you can make one of those as well. It does fit perfectly into this little pocket here. If I forget and it's not, you don't see it in the description, just pop me a comment and remind me and I will grab it for you. And then we've got this super cute little flap piece. So just this side flaps open, and this is where you tuck your project from the other video into down here, and it fits so nicely, and it's such a nice little fun Happy Mail piece for your crafting ladies to discover, whoever you share your projects with. And I hope you have someone or someone's. A crafting group would be lovely. Very, very nice. I tried to say nice and lovely at the same time. It came out lovely. Okay, very lovely. So for this guy, we're gonna need a couple of different sizes of paper, and you're gonna need more than one sheet of paper, okay? So this here is an 8x12, and that is for the big base of the folder, okay? And I'm using the Stamperia Nature pack to coordinate with my ugly fishes from last time. And then for your interior pages, your interior papers, basically, you're gonna need, what do we got? Bottom of the envelope, you're gonna need a piece that is 3x6, okay? And I'm gonna keep my envelope the same in this one, just for simplicity's sake. My paper here is busy, so I thought that would probably work better. So bottom of the envelope, 3x6. Top of the envelope, 3x6, bottom of the envelope. Top of the envelope, 3x5.5. I have my measurements turned around. That's why I'm a little slow here. So 3x5.5, top of your envelope, okay? And then tab pieces that are gonna go down here, 1x3, okay? And that's it. And then you'll just need decorative stuff as well later, so you wanna kind of think about that as you're choosing your papers. And these do not have to coordinate if you don't want. If you wanna just use what you have on hand for scraps, that's lovely too. Okay, so with this guy, this is our big piece, 8x12, and we are gonna score to make our big folder guy. Okay, so the cover we want facing down, and we want the 8-inch side up. Yeah, so actually, if I make that the cover, these guys are gonna go on this guy. It's very busy. Maybe I should make this the cover and this the inside. It will cover up, I'll end up covering up my animals, but I think it might look better. So I'm gonna do that. So cover facing down, 8-inch side up, score at 1 3/4. Nice and hard. 1 3/4. And then turn it once to the left, and we're gonna score at 2 3/4 and 7 3/4. And then we're just gonna put that aside for a sec, and we're gonna do our other scoring. So for the bottom of the envelope, that's our 3 by 6. Ooh, good thing that's the bottom. We're just gonna score on 3 sides at 1/4 inch so that we can make those tabs for that guy. So I'm just spinning it around to do 1/4 inch on both sides, and then on the bottom as well. 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, 3 sides around. For the top of the envelope, our 3 by 5.5 piece, we're going to score it with a 3-inch side up at 1.5 inches. That's just gonna make the fold of our cover of our envelope, our top, I guess. Okay. So let's take the folder back. And we've got our smallest section. Let's look here. Let's give these a little fold. Yeah. So this is our smallest section here. That's at the top. So we're going to cut out this top left and top left and the middle left. These two together, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and ink these score lines so that you can see them and I can see them, and hopefully that will make cutting clearer and easier so you can see your shapes of your sides, okay? So let's go ahead and do that with the cutter. I didn't quite go all the way. I'm gonna do it with scissors for the rest of the way, just because it's a little hard to tell with the cutter. You can go too far really easily. Just pop that out of there. Okay. Okay, so then we've got this left side piece left, and we're gonna fold that over. And that becomes our flap on the bottom, right? And let's just check, yes, because so this guy here is gonna fold. We're gonna fold that down. That's gonna become, so you might wanna just trim your top here. I think I am gonna do just a little bit because it'll conflict with your fold there. So I just went just that tiny bit, okay? And I'm gonna ink that up right now too so that I don't forget. But do we want to corner round? I think we do. Let's take a look how I did it. Yes, look at those corner rounds. They look so nice. Boop. And boop. And ink. I don't know how I feel about this leaf paper being my cover, but it's too late now, isn't it? Or is it? Maybe it's not. I could. How does that work? But then they're all upside down. All right. I'm fussing. All right, so now the piece that's cut out here, this guy, we're gonna make a new piece for here. I think we're gonna do it like this. That is the same size as this guy. Okay, to make our other flap for the other side, which is gonna be somewhat shorter. Try not to let your OCD brain freak out. So I'm gonna corner round my two corners that are gonna be the outside of my flap here. Is that short enough? I don't know. And then I'm gonna score just a tiny bit. It's just easier with these little tiny folds, just a 1/4 inch. And that's gonna fold in like that to make our little tab. Okay, and this guy's gonna go here. And here's what I'm gonna say to you. I messed this up. On my original one, I glued it to the back. And you can see that on the front. And we don't want that. So don't do that with yours. I made the learnings and the mistake for you. So you can avoid it. So for this, we're gonna put glue on the outside of this, the back of this tab. And we're gonna glue it in just like that on the inside here so that that hinge will not show. Okay, yay. Well, I'm gonna open it up too just to make sure I haven't glued it closed with all my ooky glue. All right, and then we're going to take our tabs, our little 1x3 pieces, and we're going to decide which way they go on here. And I think we'll do that like this, and we're gonna round our corners. Actually, we can put them together how we want and just do them all at once so they're the same. Okay, and we're gonna ink those up. This is really flimsy paper. Probably wasn't the best choice for tabs. They're gonna hold a closure. I probably should. If I was feeling more serious about it, I would put them on something sturdier and back them, but I'm not feeling like it today, so we're just gonna go ahead. Yeah, like that. Okay, so we're going to also, if you want a hole and you want the hole in the same place, we're gonna also put them together and punch our hole. Let's see, let's eyeball it first. Where we want this, we'll put it in here. That's about the middle. Close enough. Looks good to my eyeballs. Okay, and then we're gonna glue these guys on. Although actually, well, no, it doesn't matter. I can do it in whatever order I want. Them on like this, and like this. Just kind of trying to make them even. Enough so that it looks good to my eyeballs. Also here. I think that's good. And then this side, I'm gonna just glue this flap, which, just on the bottom. I was originally not loving the idea of, and I thought about leaving it open, but the problem is that then things probably fall out. So, because the tie is really not very strong, and this is where we want to tuck our little guy in, right? So we want him to hold in there. So I think you need to do one side. Okay, very good. Now we can make our, well, first let's make our folds here. Our folds on our folder. This guy and this guy. Woo! We're a little bit weird on this side. I should have probably tested that out first. That's okay. I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna fuss with it. It's a little bit bigger. That's okay. I think it's still gonna look nice. Nobody's gonna notice it but me. I promise. Okay, and so then on this guy, if you want to do this angled look here, which is kind of nice, we're gonna get our scissors, and we just want to make sure that we start our angle cut at least 1/4 inch or so underneath where our top is, right? So we want to make sure that this doesn't go past that, right? So I'm just gonna stick my scissors in here and just go like that, okay? And then we can flip this guy over and put him on here to cut our second side. Okay, and those guys we're gonna save, of course. Let's ink that up, make it look nice. I don't understand people who don't ink. I really don't. Especially with papers like this, where there's a lot of browns and stuff. I just like how it makes those edges pop, you know? You can always just use your little fast forward button. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm actually, this as the exterior, this is growing on me. Okay, so let's make our envelope in this case. In this case, I don't know what I'm talking about. So this is our bottom, scored around 3 sides. So I'm gonna just angle my my tabs here, just kind of little bit. Get my Hobby Lobby Paper Studio branding hidden on the inside of my envelope. Okay, yes. And then this guy is gonna go in here where you want, basically. I'm gonna give kind of a similar sort of spacing. I'm just gonna glue my tabs. And this guy then goes in about like that. Nice, nice. Oh, I'm pleased. I'm actually very pleased with the choices I made for this paper. Probably could have had a top for the envelope that was different. This paper is muted enough, but might have been nice to have some more of this, which I probably have somewhere for it, but that's okay. We'll use the one we got. So we're just gonna fold that in half. That's our top. And we're gonna round, well, actually, no, we're not yet. Firstly, we're gonna check it because, oh no, mine is perfect. We want it to fit in here, so if you need to trim it down a little bit, feel free, but hopefully with the measurements, it should be perfect. So I'm gonna just round my corners so you can see when I try to round my corners how flimsy this paper is. Flimsy, flimsy. And then this guy is gonna get glued in. But just on two sides, not the whole thing. I almost messed that up because we want our pocket in the back too, right? So on this back side flap, just on your two sides, you'll put some glue. And then we slide this in. Now that it's got glue on it, it wants to fuss. And you can kind of do that at whatever height you like. There's plenty of room back there. It just depends how you like for the look and what you want for your pocket back there, right? Oh, that's nice. I like this. This is really coming together. And then, last but not least, your little triangles you cut out of your top here. We're going to take a look at, oof. These do not work very well for this. Yeah, I want it like this, actually. Okay. So that's how we're gonna do it. So let's ink those guys up. Firstly, just like that. And I will remember to link up the envelope, the mini envelope video. So I'm just gluing the two sides, leaving that long side open, and that is a lot of glue. A little less glue on the next one. This is a teeny tiny piece of paper. No need for so much. And oops, I think that's a little, you can kind of fiddle with this to get it how you want it to look. I'm moving it out a little bit just so that it's, I think I might have put those on at different ways, but I like it. It's a little uneven. It's okay. We live with it. This guy tucks right in here like this. We didn't put too big of a glue thing there. I'm just gonna shove it open a little bit more. And then I think we'll use some twine on this one. I used this light stuff. Maybe we'll do this. I think that will work actually. This is just beeswax thread that I actually use to sew my journals. And sometimes it's nice when I want something a little skinnier for a tie. It makes a nice tie. Just go ahead and tie that down, and it won't put too much strain on that flimsy paper that I used for my tabs either. So, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. So please. So that folds up like that. This guy comes down, and that is your Happy Mail folder, and you can decorate that guy however you like. And get creative with a closure if you want to do a closure of some kind. I am just kind of taking a look at some of the things I have. I have these I think I'll do it the same way. I actually really like this. I think it's clean and easy. No fussing with ties and things. And so I'm going to do it the same way on this one, and then you can see. So let's put him some glue on our hedgehog. Yes, and then I'm gonna find some kind of coordinating paper. Maybe this is the guy that I cut out. Oh, he's not long enough. No, we were really just not long enough. So maybe I do have some more of this. How do we feel about that? That's a little bit weird. A little too much, I think. I kind of want, I might just match it. This paper is challenging. This leafy paper. Maybe the back of this. Okay, I think I might do that. I have to cannibalize my tags, but maybe I don't need to moan about that. I've also got this in with these. Kinda works. Berries. You know what else I could do? Well, I was thinking maybe there are fussy cuts from this that would work, but actually I think I'm gonna do this green paper. It's a little bit less loud than some of those others. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it with a little bit of width there, and then skinny. Hope I can see those on my piece here. It's one of those hide your marks papers, right? So this guy's gonna come in here just like this, and with rounded corners. I'm thinking a word might go really nicely on this too. That was one of the things I liked about this guy on the sample as a front cover, was that big thank you. Makes it a really useful piece that's obviously for a purpose. And then we're just gonna glue the sides and the bottom so that our hedgehog can tuck right into there, just like he does. And I'm just gonna see, I saw some, I don't think that any of these will work. Well, maybe. I wonder if this guy. La vie is belle. I could put him on top. I was thinking about maybe cutting it down. Making it shorter, so it's just like a little more ornamental thing versus actually it's too tall to, well, I could cut off the top. Let's see that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Oh, I love it. It needs a vertical though. Yes. Yep. That's for me. I love it. There we go. Looking good. I like this one even better than the other one I made. And there's our big Happy Meal. All done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.